Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today not the first time you see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I am going to start with today's news. Now, for those who know they are aware, today's the deadline day, the transfer deadline day. So I think we have less than 12 hours to complete any deal, outstanding deal, incoming, outgoing. So today we expected to be very, very busy. So today is going to be a busy day. So we're going to hear different news you never hear before. You get after today, then everything don't end. Now, Gary Cottrell will be one of the Sky Sports reporters because on days like this, Sky Sports, they spread their reporters wide, like tentacles. They spread them. This one here for Emirates Stadium is going to be reporting live from the Emirates Stadium for today. Any deals that happen, any emergency, any medical, anything. Now go the reports to Sky Sports. So they get other people for Chelsea, for different clubs, and no say people want do business. Now, Babakole talks for this Arsenal when they say Edu Gaspar, don't let her know say Arsenal want to bring in an explosive winger before the transfer window shuts down. That is why they hear links about Arsenal with people like Kingsley Coman, people like Sterling. So now this is the guy they talk. Even TDR also put out the report, say Arsenal transfer updates given live from inside the Emirates Stadium as Raheem Sterling's name is being mentioned. Now, when you read the entirety of the report put out by TDR, then TDR they say Cottrell shared. There's work that Cottrell they report to Sky Sports. So TDR just the report waiting Cottrell tell them. So he said there is work being done, and I'm being told by Edu Gaspar to potentially bring in an explosive attacker are the words being used to help the rest of the squad in that area, particularly Saka. Now, the second paragraph, Raheem Sterling's name has been mentioned. Intriguingly, Mikel Arteta is a big fan of Raheem Sterling. He has said so in the last week or so and knows him from his Man City days. That would be an extremely difficult deal to do because Sterling, they earn £325,000 per week, even though it already agreed saying will take a pay cut to actually join Arsenal. So he will have to take a pay cut of like 50%. Now, to conclude the story, so Coach Ricardo talk say Raheem Sterling will have to negotiate his way out of Chelsea contract, or certainly part of it, with the deadline approaching, as that may seem difficult to do. Also, Kingsley Coman is another option being looked at. Guess so. Now, what did this thing just mean? I be say Arteta they hear all the cries. Oh, the cries say Bukayo Saka needs somebody to release him of that pressure from being our right-sided winger, and that is where they look at bringing in an explosive winger to come and help him out, which means they know all those problems, but just that the solution they never fit solve them. But if they feel so, maybe then they're ignorant, like people think that they are ignorant of all those problems. So we get that is a big lie. As you can see, they acknowledge that there is fire on the mountain and they're trying how they can solve this problem. I guess so. We'll go on. So many people don't talk about it. In fact, as of today now, Raheem Sterling, now in the trend, now in the talk. Raheem Sterling news don't pass Kingsley Coman, even Fabrizio Romano waded in the situation. He say Arsenal are discussing internally about Raheem Sterling as the opportunity has been offered again this morning. Chelsea want to find a solution for Raheem Sterling as he won't be included in the squad again if he stays. Enzo Maresca has already told him so. Now Sterling is assessing his options to decide soon. Another thing we're going to hear before I went live, I saw that update. Say Chelsea, they look, say, okay, even if somebody cannot pay outrightly to get him, they are open to a loan solution because Chelsea wants to remove Raheem Sterling's £325,000 per week wages on their books. Because I said this thing yesterday. Because they say, you're not part of my plan, you're not part of my plan. But this guy is still adding to your expenditure. So for me yesterday, I was thinking, like, really makes sense. You know how many play, but you still pay money, just like the Ozil situation at Arsenal where we're paying him £350,000 per week. So I say maybe hear the podcast where I do. So back on, say, okay, in fact, now we don't even want you again. We don't want the money. We don't want to pay you. So if they don't feel sell them permanently, it will make a whole lot of sense for him to go out on loan because Arsenal, the reason them say make una kukuma tear in contract as soon as no one time now make it very, very easy for us to also sign. Now, Dean James also say Chelsea are trying to sell Raheem Sterling to Arsenal to get him off their books to be able to afford Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, by the way, Juventus don't pull out of the race from what's in here because them the vex. say Jadon Sancho, they use him as a Trojan horse. Them they already put an agreement in place for him to just come. They have an agreement with Manchester United, but he's waiting for Chelsea. You see this deadline day, so many different things every year. Sky Sports for their paper talk page, they say Arsenal are weighing up a deadline day move for Raheem Sterling and Kingsley Coman. We are going to be taking one of either these two people. I think it's the Daily Star that say Raheem Sterling has transfer preference. So then the talk say if Raheem Sterling get a chance to actually choose between Arsenal and Chelsea, will be choosing Arsenal all day long. So the Chelsea star Raheem Sterling will reportedly favor a move to Arsenal over Manchester United if he's given the chance, because Chelsea, they hope say Manchester United will carry Sterling, then say go come carry Sancho, maybe they just do a swap deal. But from the look of things, that is not going to be happening. Now, another deal we're going to bust my brain this morning. Nobody saw it coming. It's the fact that Bournemouth's goalkeeper, Neto, has already reached the verbal agreement with Arsenal, you get to join, and even Arsenal self don't get agreement with the club. Arsenal have club-to-club agreements. Arsenal have player-to-club agreements. 1 year loan deal, a loan without an option to buy, a loan without an obligation to buy. And the reason we make Arsenal go this length, because Fabrizio Romano they let us know this, is because of what thing they happen between Arsenal and Espanyol. Would you believe Arsenal don't make a first bid to sign Juan Garcia, they reject them? Would you believe Arsenal made another bid of 20 million, like guaranteed, 20 million guaranteed with extra add-ons? But this will be the talk say they are still holding out for 30 million euros. Pay the release clause, which is about 25 million pounds, and get your player. That is where there's an impasse. Arsenal never agree. They never agree. Now, Arsenal self won't use the Trojan horse philosophy. So Arsenal already get an agreement with Neto. Say, okay, Neto is a 35-year-old goalkeeper for Bournemouth. So instead, they're very, very happy to come and become an understudy for people like David Raya. So Arsenal have an agreement in place, just in case of necessity. They will say they try that Juan Garcia, nobody say they don't give up. They'll still be trying. But if it doesn't materialize to something positive, they will just come say, okay, I sign the paper because today's deadline day, no time for wasting. I said it yesterday. So better not make this Juan Garcia deal delay. Just like the likes of Merino, just like the like of Calafiori. So better make sure say all hands are on deck to make sure say this deal is a reality. Like, I never saw that coming. So we'll just, in fact, some news reports are even saying Neto is already preparing his medical for Arsenal because Espanyol is playing hardball. And why would they play hardball? Was it not yesterday? The manager come outside and say, I don't want this player to go. Okay, if I let him go now, I want to replace him. Because the deadline day for EPL, the same deadline day for La Liga, the deadline day for Serie A. So why I go let the player go? How would I replace him? So that is the argument, but more just to monitor proceedings and see how everything they go. So away from that, so we're going to look what thing they go on with Juan Alvarez at Atletico Madrid. People they bash this guy for social media. They say don't play 3 games for La Liga, they never score 1 goal. So people going to ask, why is it that Pep Guardiola players they don't thrive when they don't come out of in system? Imagine playing 3 games for Atletico Madrid, no goal, no assist, nothing, and the same backlash when they get. Now the same backlash when people like Mbappe they get also for La Liga. Do you know that Mbappe don't play 3 games now? 1 goal, Madrid win 1, draw 2. When Mbappe they Mbappe. So Madrid fans the para. I just they vex. Say, you will say you be superstar will bring you supposed to the boss net like tomorrow no day. You know come fear post win games. Imagine first 3 games of the new La Liga campaign, Madrid don't draw 2. So you know they very, very easy. So people going to talk say the reason is because Mbappe was at PSG in a league, a farmers league, where the defense no they very, very strong. Now you don't come La Liga, see how in the struggle, he cannot score goals. What's going to happen if he consider EPA? That's what the critics they talk. What's going to happen if you come EPA? EPA will say for no nonsense. They will let you know as they go. But you go there now, it is struggle. But well, I just hope so. You just they come, so they give them a small time. You get so like I told you, even the skyscraper talk also talk the same story. Arsenal exploring a move for Bournemouth's goalkeeper Neto. That one I don't really let you know. Even Fabrizio Romano even posted up the story also. He say Neto's move to Arsenal has been verbally agreed on loan until June 2025 with no option to buy clause, no obligation, straight loan, salary paid by Arsenal and club ready to proceed with medical and signatures if Juan Garcia deal collapses today. So this deal is contingent on whether Juan Garcia deal go work. News plenty. Say I try to rush. I don't want to make the video enter 30 minutes or that long like that. So you go there within the range where people go fit easily watch and assimilate. Now the Daily Mail, talk say Arsenal have also expressed an interest in signing Antonio Gordon of Newcastle. But the winger is set to stay at Newcastle beyond Friday's deadline, with preliminary talks over a new contract being opened. So for you to say Arsenal really this serious, they need a winger. But some other people will ask, why now? Why we say now? We say don't they let in the window, because they know the selling clubs are going to be reducing their price. Okay, for example, now look at this picture first. I will still come to that. For example, look at what is happening at Napoli. Who would have believed? Say Napoli will reduce that guy, the Osimhen price to 65 million. Does it mean the true value of Osimhen is 65 million? But then when they exaggerate and skyrocket the price to 130 million euros, asking you to pay his buyer clause? These are the questions. Who would have believed that report say they come for them, but say make I just give at the hints? Who would have believed that Brentford will accept a deal for 40 million with Ali? Why they not mention that since money? Where that person look for them by that player? Why Napoli not mention 65 million or 70 million euros, which is about 65 or 60 million pounds? And you tell me whether somebody no go down buy Osimhen. Why is it at the deadline day? Now I come up and say, I want nobody to come for this guy. Now can they reduce the price? Why? These are the questions, because I saw the report on Osimhen and I opened my mouth. Now, even Ali self, they do the Trojan horse theory. Them don't already get a deal agreed with Brentford on Ivan Toney. What's the man they don't sign? They've player to club agreements, club to club agreements, but they're still waiting for Osimhen. So in case Osimhen fails, they will trigger that one. Just like Arsenal agreed the deal with Neto, in case Joan Garcia fails, they trigger that one. So these are some of the issues. You know, say you will sell this price. Why you not mention it might be an issue from the beginning? But now you are seeing from the screen, so the say Antonio Gordon has been earmarked by Arsenal. So now this report is saying Arsenal actually value Antonio Gordon of Newcastle. He's a very good winger where they appreciate. But the thing is, they go leave him for now. Say next summer, they go really go for the guys. Because be like say Newcastle don't want to sell the guy, and Newcastle now say they already give the guy like contract talks extension. But they reward them because everything a bribe. They want to see how they go take bribe and make you stay for their club, but more just to watch. I remember I told you Juventus have pulled out of the Sancho race according to the Mirror, so Juventus feels say, okay, don't bother. We are no longer. You can't use us as a Trojan horse. Get they use us the wage so that if Chelsea deal no work, you can't join us. No. You have to respect us. We are not that type of people. It's either you want us as we want you, or you go to Chelsea. You get, because the thing is, himself no one stay. Some kind of crazy things happen. Sancho cannot afford to remain at Man U because Eric Ten Hag will kill his career. In Benjamin go long like mad. The same thing, Osimhen cannot afford to remain in Napoli. In Benjamin go long, die at J. Lukaku now going to play first choice. And you ever say the senior man, lion of the jungle, all of a sudden they can't get you to the bench. You know, but they happy. Just like the likes of Ben Chilwell, Chalobah, Sterling. All these guys are places where they are unwanted. So these are the issues. I don't know how they're going to navigate through these waters of rejection, but more just to watch and see how all these things go unfold. Like today is a very exciting day. I just hope say things go well for us. Now what's in me, I just watch. Now away from that, onto other stories now. So Ivan Toney, I told you, according to DDR, they say Ivan Toney has a new asking price on the deadline day. Now what's it with it here now? So what's we call it now? A reporter, Miguel Delany. I think Miguel Delany is one of the reporters for the Independent. So Babakole explains, say this guy is going to go in for 40 million. Miguel Delany was telling Sky Sports that Ivan Toney is going to be available. Even now 35 million in talk safe. He gets 35 million. He gets. But from the report from Fabrizio Romano, the guy Brentford has a deal with Brentford for actual 40 million. That's what I talk say. If you know, say 40 million, now you won't collect for this guy. Why you no can't agree this thing? Why you not tell everybody since from the beginning? Because that guy for don't come out there. Maybe Tottenham must for no go buy Solanke. If you see them no say Ivan Toney is going to be going for 40 million, the just go sign now. Because I remember Thomas Frank 70 million. Person will get how many years left on this contract? 70 million. Last, look at what is happening. The guy said, well, they regret say Thomas Frank, come on, now you do this one. Now you keep my career, but it is what it is. We wish him all the best things because Ivan Toney has a cut price value at Brentford look to sell and make Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal no get any interest. When I carry nothing, they go. No get any interest. Now, winger won't get at this point. Now, the one they ask, Arteta say, some years ago, there was this vision that Arsenal want to have a squad of half academy players and have foreign players. That was the goal. After all, Wenger did it. Wenger, they used small boys, gave a lot of young players a lot of chance. Say Arsenal don't move away from that philosophy, because when you look at our lineup, because why these questions now they come up now? Because when you see Arsenal sold Nketiah, Arsenal sold Emil Smith Rowe, Arsenal have sold Ramsdale, Arsenal want to sell Reece Nelson. So all this Arsenal allow Balogun to go, Arsenal allow Amazoko Dubri to go, even the Obichido Mikel. So some of all these questions when they emanate, say, she will know the reason all this academy. So I think I can ask and say, you need to complete that statement. Use those academy players and do what? Is it to use them for using sake? Say, okay, we are a team that we are using academy players. You're going to give an example of Atletico Bilbao. They are using a lot of academy players. The Basque players are playing, yes. People are lauding them. People are celebrating them. But how many times have they won the La Liga? Are they competing for La Liga in the grand scheme of things? Can they win the champion? It's not about you want to use academy players. Use them and do what? Can we use the academy players in the Arsenal team and win the league? Like, was it not yesterday at the talk say, if Odegaard get injury or something happens to Odegaard, we don't really get an ideal replacement. Do you know that some people in the comment section were mentioning that it's a one day? Sometimes when I see something like this, I say, Jesus Christ, what kind of, like, do you have ambition? So if you remove, they are playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and you remove Odegaard because in the sick, if you are the coach, you go carry it to one day. That's the first thing, the first thought in your mind. You go carry it to one day, you go put up. Like, no understand some Arsenal fans, we are not ambitious. We are comfortable with where we are. That is why I always tell you, growth is painful. When I tell people say, time don't reach me, Thomas Partey sit down on bench, people they say, sir, you know, people they yab me for the comment section. Sir, Jules, why you say if Arsenal don't sign new player, you go forget your old player? Baba, growth is painful. That is why when you sign somebody that is better than the people you have, you put them on the bench. That's why they be. Growth. You think growth is fun? That's why when you go to the gym and you want to build muscle, you need to feel pain. For the muscle to scatter, can't repair itself, can't rebuild big. That's where it is. If I give that part of analogy, some people in the comment section will come for me. Because why? They are emotionally attached to Thomas Partey and have forgotten that we have where we are going. That's why somebody say, when they come to defensive midfield, I will pick Thomas Partey over Declan Rice. Are you whining me? Have you seen the productivity of Rice? This argument, now another day we'll go do live program. I go invite you and come to the studio. Come and explain to me how Partey is a better player than Rice. If we don't buy Rice, where we go there last season, the wine? When Thomas Partey is missing the grand scheme of things, when we need him most. Sometimes I try to hold myself and not to. Sometimes I'll see some kind of comments. Just ignore, just ignore them, because those people are not seeing what I'm seeing. It gets like Ateta is saying, it's not about bringing academy players. We want to win something. Can these academy players give us the league? These are the issues. They cannot. That's why we need to get specialists in each position. That's what we're trying to do. So away from that, I know sometimes I get carried away. So maybe I just leave that one by the side. Fabrizio Romano can talk the same thing I talk. Say Al Ahly have included an affordable and easy release clause for Victor Osimhen as part of the proposal. It's now lower than reported 100 million euros. Now, as revealed on Sunday, Victor Osimhen has requested for the clause and they don't give up. So we'll see what will happen. Victor Osimhen at the same time is using Al Ahly as a Trojan horse. They don't already get club-to-club agreements. They don't already do everything with Victor Osimhen and in camp they request for. A release clause below 100 million is something anybody can afford in the future. PSG can afford it to free him from Saudi Arabia. Chelsea can still afford it in the future. Man, you can afford it. Arsenal can afford it if they want to. So he don't get everything, but he's still waiting to see whether the move to Chelsea will materialize for this particular deadline day. So more they watch how everything will be. Now this brings us to the biggest news of the day. That's the fact that Gary Cottrell, who's one of the Sky Sports reporter, he has been designated to stay in the Emirates Stadium and report any breaking news, any move where Gaspar, Richard Gallic and Ateta they do. He's going to be reporting it today. And Baba don't go to the Emirates Stadium. He was reporting live. So he was telling Sky Sports crew that Edu Gaspar has told him that Arsenal want to bring in an explosive winger on this deadline day today. So Arsenal, according to him, that internally, Arsenal talking about people like Raheem Sterling and Kingsley Coman, especially that Sterling, gone. And if you cast your mind back, the deal where Ateta they talk about Sterling for the press conference, I made a prediction. I say, And nobody surprised on deadline day. Arsenal go start telling if this move finally go, I go be the first person who predict this thing and the apple, because that day I saw the future, I visualized everything. Say the way I thought the shower encomiums on this Sterling, something is cooking behind the scene. And he say like play now, it won't materialize. So more the watch, I go there on standby. So any news, breaking news what I see today, I feel go live like 10 times today. So any news what I see, I will come just the let you and the go. So my dear Arsenal lovers, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and end. So it's like come your way and later today, anytime. If I see any news till then, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now get out. All right, guys. Bye bye.